Next part, let's get the pick guard. Alright, so this is the test pick guard with all my little easy connects on it. Solderless connectors. Right, look at that. That passes right underneath there perfectly. Right into where I'm going to want to put it. And then I can pin it and test it. And what I'm going to do is mount the pickups, these new Wilkinsons for the middle and the neck, and the fleor that I took off of this thing, because that's going to be the configuration for the next guitar project where those pickups are going to go, and I want to test them on here, see if I like those things. Okay guys, I got my second cup of coffee. Had my breakfast. We're going to populate this thing in and see how well it fits populated, and if all this works properly. Now, don't really need to retest this fleor because it was on here before and it sounds pretty good. I did the black velvet, part of the black velvet song with this, but I just want to populate it with everything to see that the whole thing works as expected. Let's see. How much trouble I can get into here. You know, working on guitars is not that hard. It's just, you know, learning a couple of things. And the rest of it is just time. That's all it is. Now, I've got these marked: bridge, middle, and neck. I put little letters on the connectors, and then I've got a full ground one here for all the other grounds. So the bridge positive goes in there. I'm going to open that up just a tiny bit more if I can. These are very small wires. You got to be so careful with them. Come on, get off. There's trouble getting over the soldering. Alright, so all we got to do is flip these things up like that, and see if I think I can get that one all the way over to the ground there. Whew, these things are really tight. Break my thin nails off. Okay, so bridge goes in here. I hope it's not on the insulation. And the ground one, I can put it in there. And it's tight. Okay. Middle. These are, oh, look at the little screws they gave me with that. And they're machine screws, not the typical wood screw type that you would get with this. I don't like those screws. I'm gonna have to find a good one. Luckily, I keep a supply of screws that I find to get. I'm gonna put some good ones. Let's see. Those are like half and half. Have another one like that? Yeah. And then there's the ones that are the actual you know, wood screw type. And then there's the type that are like this. They're a little bit tapered. They're a little bit harder to get in. Middle. Springs. Let's see if these springs will work. Damn, I hate these bags. They're so hard to get stuff out of and back into. They just don't make them with. Sometimes I stretch these springs a little bit like that just to get a little bit more pressure on them when I've got them installed. So I don't want that. I do want this. Shouldn't have put that one in so far, I think. See, you always make some kind of a little mistake. And there's no real big worries about it. Everything can be corrected one way or another. And in moments we'll have a fully populated pickguard. Moments. Another one. It's interesting. The screws that came with the neck from the same place are quite different altogether. This one is the one that's tapered. This is a machine screw. Look at that. And the length. Look at the length difference. So you don't always get exactly what's right in order to put things together. So you've got to have a little bit of MacGyvering into you and a few spare parts. And I go on AliExpress and I can order, you know, screws for humbuckers and springs and screws for these pickups. They're cheap as hell. They take a while to come, but that's okay. If you're not in a big rush for it, you don't worry if it takes 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So I'm still going to use these because they have a nice point on them and they go in much better. Oh, I want to show you, covers come off quite easily. See the inside. Now the other thing that happened on this one and this one, it has a really small magnet. It just happened to come off like that. Look at that. Look at the thickness of that magnet. These Chinese made Wilkinsons. This is what normally comes on ceramic magnets. Oh, the attraction. Turn them down the other way. Oh, what about like that? Yeah, okay. So that's what this one normally comes, right? And now these Wilkinsons came with this. It's about half size. It's a half thickness of the usual ones. So I have some of these left over, and I wanted to try it with the standard one first, Yeah, it just came off. There was a little bit of glue on there, but it just came off like nothing. And it goes this way, the polarity of the magnet. So I'm just going to lay it there like it was. We're going to test it that way. It goes this way. And then I'm going to try it with the bigger magnet and see if it makes any difference in sound. It ought to, because if you increase the magnetism on the poles, you should get more signal coming out of the pickup, because the field is bigger and it's picking up the oscillation of the strings much better. It's passing further through the strings. That's my theory. It's physics. I was good at physics. I think physics was my favorite subject. Here goes your thumb. Oh shit, I put it in the wrong hole. Oh, both of them. See? Things always go wrong. That's where the humbucker would normally go. This one has to go a little bit closer to the neck. Also had my springs wrong way around. No, that one was right, the other one was wrong. Yeah, it goes like that. Fingers not working well. Don't get old, guys. It's the shits. So if you can find a way to not get old, you'll be alright. I did have that spring the wrong way around on the first one. That's why the pickup is canted. Okay, so they come like that. Whoop. They're conical. And you want the con to the pickguard to give it stability so that it doesn't rock back and forth on you. Where is it? There it is. Too much. This is one of those cases where I'm going to try it with the original magnet, the other magnet, and then both magnets to see how much the additional is worth. And if I've got the space, when I mount it in the other guitar to get that in there, I'll leave it on if it actually works and enhances the output of this thing somewhat. Okay, there we have a populated pickguard. Let's see if it slides underneath. Alrighty, we got the body back. Pickups are not too high, but let's see what we... Oh, I forgot to hook up the electrics. Whew, you see? Yeah, you gotta think. Okay, the middle goes there. Red is hot. Black is ground. didn't get it. Got it. Black is ground. Got it. Let's kind of stuff that down there for now. And white is hot. Black is ground. Got it. White. I calculated, risked that to make sure I could be able to hook that all up just like that. Whew, let's see if it works. Physically and electrically. Oh yes. And we need this pickup. So what I did with the pickups, I should say the output jack, is that I put the claw and the ground together for convenience. In one connector. And I've marked the positive, the orange one on this end. Get it? Yep. Alright. Oh crap. Wire's not long enough. Is it? Is it? It is. Alright, let's see. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah, it goes under the neck. Oh, it's scraping. It's scraping, it's scraping. The screws are scraping, but it's going in. Yeah. I didn't get enough depth over there. Oh. I created a channel for the screws for the humbucker. Did not do it for the other one. That was not smart. You see? There's always something that you don't account for. Let's just force it in for now. Like that. And I'll have to take care of that at some point. Now what else is bothering me over here? What else is bothering me over here? Is it just that screw? Yeah, this screw here is its pocket is not deep enough either. Flashlight. Flashlight. No, it's not it. What is it? What is it? Oh. Is it the humbucker? No. Channel for the screws on the humbucker is good. Not the wires. Not those wires. There is something there. I knew I'd probably have, yeah, some issues over there. Yeah, it's that screw. I didn't go deep enough over there. Actually, these screws are longer than the original ones. And that's why I'm having the problem. If it was a shorter screw, it would be okay. Let's just try that. So there will need to be some physical adjustments. But it works for now. working for now. Yeah, I tried not to do too much woodworking on the inside, just get it out enough that I thought would do it, but there's a little bit that needs extra to be done, which we'll have to get that router thing out again. Alright, I'm going to need a couple of these. One goes there. Oh, okay. One goes there. Not fitting exactly where it was before. I think it's because is it caught up? No, it's right up to there. It should have been there, and I don't know, this pickguard was on here before. I figured it'll go back on no problem, but the holes are not exactly fully lining up. Don't know why. Don't care, because it's good enough. Alright. When I had you paused, I got my 1/2 inch spade bit and drilled holes underneath where these screws go in, so that I don't have the problem right now. Yes, so that I don't have the problem right now. Oh, look at that. Right about where it needed to be. I'm going to set them at standard to start with. And that one's basically a millimeter off the size of a hair. Okay. I'm going to go and check the tuning again at the amplifier and plug it in and test all the stuff and see if it works. Okay, well, she's plugged in. She's tuned up. This humbucker is not splittable. That's okay. Middle. Let's try the middle. Neck. Okay. That's not too bad. The output is pretty good from these things. They're like 5, I don't know, they're 5, 6, 7. I wrote it down somewhere. They're in the 5s. They're going to replace pickups that were just under 3 in both positions. Test guitar works, guys. So it was worth the effort. I will keep the pickups. They will do a good job. So now let's see. I am going to open up an Audacity page on my computer, and I am going to record what the neck sounds like with the existing magnet, and then I'm going to change the magnet to the larger one while adding an additional magnet to this one and see what the difference is. Okay, this is neck. Let's get the record going. Okay, so that's what it is like that. Let's try the middle. Go back. Record. Okay, that sounded different because I didn't mute. That's the middle. Here's the neck. Alright, I'm going to run to the other bench and put these magnet differences on. I'll be back in a second. Okay, your second is over, and it was about 5 minutes for me. Okay, so we've got the thicker magnet alone on the neck and the added thicker magnet to the middle. Alright, let's get it off mute. Let's check tuning. Alright, strings are still stretching a bit. Okay, middle. Let's see if we can see any difference in waveforms or sound. I don't know, let's record it and see what happens. Let's go to the neck. Again, I forgot to mute that. Oh, instead of muting it, I deleted it. Put it back. These things happen, I told you. It's not just with building guitars or modding them. Shit happens every day for every reason. Okay, we're gonna do neck. Alright, now just let me put this down and see what I can do with the computer. Last one was neck. Oh, come on. That's the new neck. Name. Alright, so we're gonna move that track up. There's the neck original, and then there's the other one. Oh. This might not be, you know, audibly different, but I can see that the waveforms look a little bit larger amplitude on the screen. And then with the other magnet, alright, it is a little bit louder. And then here's the mid original. There. I didn't play it exactly the same. Let's go for about here. Okay, so I can't actually hear a lot of difference adding up the second magnet to the middle one. The amplitude of the waveforms look pretty much very close to each other, but the neck one actually made a lot more difference. So there seems to be no harm in adding the extra magnet. So if I have the space, I'm going to add the magnets. If I don't have the space, I'm going to remove the small magnets and use the larger magnets in the next mod that I'm doing. So the test did what I wanted it to do. Everything works. I just need to do a little bit of body work to be able to get that in and out a little bit easier with the screws. But yeah, I'm happy with the overall results of this thing. It was worth the effort. I think it'll come in handy. Normally, in the future, I might not be testing all 3-position pickups at one time. It could just be a single pickup or 2. So we'll just keep that in its bag for the next time I need to do some testing. So this was a nice little project to work on. I really wanted to make this guitar useful. I didn't like it really for the cheapness of how the body is built.